Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black in the Philippines with the Truth. Welcome you to my channel. Welcome all my subscribers, all my peaches, all my triggers, all my commenters, all my scallywags, all my peaches, triggers, scallywags, haters. Can't forget the haters. Welcome. How are you? Hope everybody is doing well. You know, I know once upon a time, I did a video that said, I don't believe in foxhole prayers. And for those of you who don't know what foxhole prayers are, um, it's a prayer that you make, obviously, when you're in a foxhole. I guess during the war, or World War I, World War II, when you're in the trenches and you're in a foxhole and you hear bombs dropping around and you pray, oh God, please don't, please don't let this bomb hit me or hit near me or those type of things. Foxhole prayers are prayers that you pray whenever you are in a situation where you want the outcome to be in your favor. You pray to God, and in your normal day to day moving about, you don't say a prayer. Thank you for waking me up. You don't say a prayer for thank you for providing me the food that I eat or giving me good health. We don't take time out to thank God for those small things that he's done for us throughout the course of our day, of course of our life. I, on the other hand, do. You know, Sometimes if I'm walking and I trip and, like this, and rather than just brush it off, I thank God, or something, um, uh, like uh, if I'm out and about and everything connects just right, I said, I tell Mia, I said, you see, that's God working in our life. When she see things happen that you would normally take for granted, but it's God working in your life. So you give him thanks for those things. But when foxhole prayers come about, or when you're in jail about ready to see the judge and you're praying for the judge, don't let him give me football numbers, and something along those lines, that's when you find yourself want to give a foxhole prayer. Then, me on the other hand, which I found myself in that situation, that, I always say, que sera, sera. I say five words. Let your will be done. That's what I say. Which is according to que sera, sera. What will happen? It's going to happen. What will be. And that's just how I leave it like that. And I stand tall. Ready to take the blows or whatever happens, whatever the outcome is, because that's how I'm built. That's how I'm designed. I'm designed to accept life on life's terms, and I'm humble, you know, of myself to be able to go through life doing that. Well, you know, yesterday, me and I got a call from the nurse, and the nurse said that she needs to talk to the both of us about the baby. You know, um, that she doesn't want to talk to either one of us alone. Want to talk to us together. So of course, by living the life I have, my mind goes through all these things, what could it be? Is something wrong with the child? You know, is it going to have some type of birth defect? Is something going to, you know, uh, uh, maybe the consequences of my lifestyle, of how I live my life, because I know as I live my life, you know, um, you know, um, uh, I'm not ashamed to say, I didn't use protection. I was a jump off type of dude, and because I wasn't ripping and tearing and all that stuff like this, that I seem to have remained sucker free for any of the heinous diseases that are out there, other than of course your regular syphilis or something like that, venereal disease or whatever. I remember I had this girl, this girl named Maddie, and you know, Maddie was HIV positive, and she she had the ability. She always seemed to have a prophylactic in her mouth. Just like some guys. Hey. So, in your prison, some guys have razors in their mouth and their cheeks. In case something comes up, slice you like this. And what Maddie was good to always have one in her mouth because she never knew when a client would come like this, and she was able to put the prophylactic on the dude, and it was like, wow, where did that come from? One of those type of things. But I remember once Maddie was, we were in this room, and now Maddie wasn't my street entertainer. She was someone else's street entertainer, but she loved me so much. I had a different street entertainer, and she always, when she finished, when she was coming in from a stroll, she would always say, "Come here, G," and I would come, and she would, hit me off with cash. And I was. It's always a good thing when a street entertainer flies home, and gives you the proceeds of her stroll. And so anyway, so what happened was that she had a manager named Mike. Mike didn't like me. Mike, a lot of guys didn't like me because their girls liked me. What's up with him? Why him? You know what I'm saying? What's so special about him? He can't break you off like I can. Those type of things. But be that as it may, we were in a room one time, and Maddie was taking a bath, and she called me, said, G, come here. And I thought something was wrong. So I ran into the bathroom, and she's laying in the bathtub, and she scooted all the way down under the faucet, and the water's coming down, and it's coming down on her, and on a private part. And she said, she's looking at me, she said, oh, I just want to see your face. And I was like, wow. That was really special, little girl. If that's how you felt about me, and saying like this. So anyway, one time, I had a room and whatever, and there was a knock on the door, and it was Mike. And when I opened the door, I said, "Oh, okay, Mike, what's up?" I turned like this, and I felt, bam! He hit me on the side of the head, but he hit me on the side of the head, y'all. Let me tell you, I never felt so high in my life. I was like, oh, wow. Everything seemed to move in slow motion. Ooh. I was heading toward the dresser to get my knife. And like, wow. Like this. And it was it was one of those things that I never forget the feeling upon that. And I said, wow, Luna, go, please. I never forget the feeling that I felt from that blow to the side of the head. Mike got his that night, what I'm saying? Mike had did some really treacherous stuff that night. When word got around what happened, I had a lot of people looking out for me. Mike ended up in the hospital or busted up, so to speak. I would love to have told you that it was because of me, but no, it's because people who felt that, no, you shouldn't have done that, like this or whatever. And he went to a girlfriend of mine's house and robbed her and all that stuff. So, he really got his that night. So anyway, Maddie and I were sitting out one time, and it was raining, and her and I were by ourselves, and and I wanted to prove how much I cared about Maddie, and I said, Maddie, I know you're HIV. I said, but I'll have sex with you, without protection, just to let you know how much I care about you. And she said, no. And thank God she was smart enough and cared about me that much, the way that she turned me down and said, no, she wasn't going to do with me like that, and so anyway, and there are other moments that I think that I really put my life in serious jeopardy without really thinking about the consequences of my actions. So anyway, so when the doctor called us and said that they need to talk to you, well then of course all those you know, all those reckless encounters that I had and all those things. Now, mind you, I've been tested plenty of times for HIV or, or anything serious disease or something like this, and always came up negative. So, it never phased me, like something could come back. But, I couldn't help but think that we were going to go into the nurse's station and have her talk to us and tell us something about the baby that was serious. And so now it was funny because I was sitting in a waiting room and I was going to post something on Facebook about here I am sitting, refusing to do a foxhole prayer. And Mia came out and said, it's time to see the doctor. So this whole time that while my mind is going 1,000 miles an hour, flipping through the pages of my past, and the recklessness, that what I've done, I also said, no, I'm not going to do a foxhole prayer. I'm not going to pray to God, telling Him, please make everything all right. Please let my little girl be perfect. Please, don't let my past be the reason that her life would be, forever altered because of my recklessness. All this is coming through my head. It's like the weight of the whole world was on my shoulders. And every morning before I went to school, I fed the chickens and I chopped wood too. But that's from Patches for you don't know. So anyway, so they called us in, and me and I sitting there with the doctor, and the doctor pulls out the blood test, and she shows the results of tests, and but she says, but she has an infection, and so of course my asshole tights up. Because I said, and what it is, and like this, like so it turned out that it was an infection. And now, while we're sitting in the waiting room, there was another woman who just had a newborn that was under a month old, and she's holding it, and she was telling us that her baby had the same symptom as our baby, the jaundice, the yellow, the blue light, and all that stuff like this, and how she said, "No, I'm going to bring my baby home." She signed a waiver and let the baby, and the baby was released to her. Because the waiver says that look, if anything happens to this child, we're not responsible because we had encouraged you to keep the child in the hospital a little bit longer. So anyway, the fact that she was going through something similar kind of led me to breathe a little sigh of relief. That okay, well, this is something that that happens, and so the infection that Duchess has is an infection that it's gotten from the mother. Now, it's not anything serious. Something can be treated with antibiotics, but it was and I told it Mia was coughing a lot, coughing a lot. So which during her pregnancy, so it has something to do with a lot of her coughing that an infection or somehow or another into the child's bloodstream and what have you, and that's what was showing up on the test. So they offered us to keep her into the hospital for an additional 3 days, while they, you know, going, giving her antibiotics. So, of course, I said, well, look, can't we do this at home? Can't we have a nurse, come by and I'm sorry, your boy's still thinking about money, because this is costing us. Because like I said, I really can't move until after I know to all the child expenses is out the way. So I'm very cautious. We still need things here at the house that we want to get. We want to get a new bed and all this stuff like this. And I don't want to rush out and buy these things and then come short up when it comes time to paying the hospital bill on the child. So anyway, She said, yeah, she said, yeah, you can, but we've already started giving her antibiotics, and so we like to at least wait another day for the antibiotics, and we'll schedule a return visit. So I said, okay, okay, yeah, that'll work, rather than keeping her in the hospital, because we want Duchess home. We want to bring her home so this way, she can meet her other eight sisters, two brothers, and 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 we're excited to bring her home. So let me see. Okay. So anyway, today's the day that we're going to bring her home. So I wanted to tell you that. I wanted to let you know what was going on, and 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 happy. So so it worked out fine. So I didn't waste a foxhole prayer, and just let things, you know, you know. Some people think everything is ordained, everything's predestined or whatever. No, everything is not in your control, and everything you have to roll with the punches, you know. And what the outcomes are, praying and praying and praying and foxhole prayers, I don't believe in them because in case it out, what will be, will be. And you're watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans of winning action. Never disrespect the elder, always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision, baby boy. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough, if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ollie Woodson, formerly singing the Temptation once sung, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king. And remember, never say no. Well, except, well, no, I haven't been pushing up on it, and that's understandable because she just had a child. But uh, uh, anyway, I always love you more. All right. So, and don't forget the Sunday morning classics this Sunday. I'm getting a good response. And some of you joining me. It's 7 a.m. Filipino time and 7 a.m. or 6 East Coast time in New York. You figure it out wherever you're at around the world what time it's going to be broadcast. Hopefully I got all the bugs. I doubt it. Murphy's Law, we can't go wrong. Well, but as time goes by, so this music, I'm enjoying bringing this for however long I can before they block it. But in the meantime, I'll talk to you later. I'll always love you more. Love you like a love song, baby. I'll talk to you later. Peace.